Alright, thank God, thank God, thank God in the mighty name of King Jesus. And I don't want to be that worked up by this stuff. It's just like, and I'm not really, but I just noticed it, and like I knew it was going to happen before it even happened. Like every time when I cut the TV on, and I cut it on, listening to the word of God, and that's what I did. And I already know it. See, God already let me know this stuff gonna happen. And guess what he does? The same dude with the little argument. He runs out there and they'll try to bring the kids out there. This and they want to watch something else. And I'm gonna tell you this: like it ain't about forgiveness and unforgiveness. And I want to say this, like, and I'm gonna say this too. And when I said what I said, and see those mannequin heads, like I've been said, they call themselves cutting my head off. See, now they got two heads sitting on the table. I didn't even go and take a video of them, but they're sitting in there. I ain't got to tell no lie. So now you know who head that is. That's my head, and the other person's head. That's what they saying. Yeah, but how you gonna do that? You ain't gonna be able to do that. All right, you see what I'm saying? See, people don't know what's going on. I'm telling you, I know what's going on. But anyway, what I want to talk about, like this forgiveness, it ain't not about not forgiving people. But I've been through this already. Okay, and the thing is, like, if you want to have a conversation, you want to have a conversation about, you know, some game, and that ain't it, and that's just something small, and then this, and like, talk about like some sports broadcaster, like he ain't even that tall or never played no game. Why you judging people, like trying to bring judgment against people and make me to agree with this judgment, and that's evil. And I recognize what evil is, and I know what their intentions are. Okay, and see, the dogs were just in the house, and they knew I was gonna come out here when he come out there with all that, cause he want to come out there with something trying to distract and interrupt the word of God. And so they put the dogs outside, for reinforcement or whatever, cause they was just in the house, just like I just went to the bathroom not too long ago, probably not even about 5 minutes ago. And then he think he gonna come out there and you gonna distract the word of God, and I'm gonna sit out there with it. Now I'm gonna come out here, and that's why I'm about to just get ready to go ahead and move. I ain't got a whole lot of money, but I got enough money to move, and I'm about to try looking for start another job. And I got some money that from they gotta pay you kind of like from that week in the whole. It ain't a whole week from the last days I worked, but it's something. But anyway, it's like, and with these conversations, we're having these conversations, see, and I know where they go, and all these conversations been like the same with all of these people. And the thing is, like, and having conversation with this person, it's like, and it ain't just like this person, it's like all of these people, and they already, all of them try this, but I'm just gonna focus on these conversations. It's like, talk about this, oh look, this my homeboy got this shop right here, and his tire shop, and the code enforcement say he can't have big signs, and then look at this white guys and want me to agree with this. Yeah, and I just say the truth is, you know how it is in the world. You know what it is, you know how it is, but want me to agree with some type of racial comment, and then like accuse me, oh, it's sin because you left the job. Should have just, you should have just, before he said that, there was an argument when he said that. But before that, you should have just did something about it or something like that. That was his suggestion, or we could have just jumped. You want me to agree with that? And like every conversation, like it's like, stop having conversations with these people. That's just like if somebody talking to me and they keep. I just thinking about this conversation. Like, just say one of the guys is supposed to be my friends. He sells weed or whatever, and then he's talking to me about how much he's paying for the weed that he's selling. And I'm not trying to agree with it, but he just keeps talking to me about this, and I don't want to talk about that. And I'm trying to like just brush the conversation off, and he keeps talking about it because you're trying to pull me into some type of conversation about this. Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm just supposed to, like, I just need to just stop being around you and stop talking to you. It ain't about me forgiving you or not forgiving you, but it's just about me. Nah, they got to be cut off because that's the only thing you're trying to talk about. And I'm living for God, so I ain't got no business talking about that. I ain't got no business talking about no people, judging no people, whatever they do, that's between them and God. And you keep trying to pull up these little conversations and see you know what you're doing. It's not like you don't know what you're doing. So it ain't about just cutting them off just because of no argument, now because of all this, like trying to pull me into some type of evil conversation. And this is all you do. Every time conversation is about judgment or about unrighteousness and all that type of stuff, like it's always some type of unrighteous conversation to try to get you in some type of unrighteous conversation, some type of unrighteous agreement to talk down on somebody or something. And that's why it's got to be like, and guess what, if you don't agree with this stuff and you're like, hey, I don't want to talk about that, then guess what, it gets turned into argument, man. You think you better than somebody or something, or what you think you is, or this or that. That's why it's just better off, that's why God drew that line. Just go ahead and let it be cut off. Don't even do no more talking with none of that. Nah, it ain't about no unforgiveness or none of that. But I already know what this the only conversations it be. And it's been like this with all these people. When anybody talks to me, they're always trying to figure out in some little easy way. See, they ain't gonna talk to me about no prices for no weed or none of that. And you know, cause they gonna know I'm gonna be like, hey man, you already know I ain't living like that. But they gonna try to use some type of slick, like talking about somebody, like bring up some judgment, some whiter against black thing or something like that, you know. And just like they might try to say, they used to say this like Black Lives Matter, and I, you know, I know I started saying that a long time ago. It ain't Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. And see, it ain't about black, white, Asian, Chinese. It ain't about none of that. It's about good and evil, and it's about righteousness and unrighteousness. You see, I came out here, I'm about to read my Bible. I was listening to the Word of God on the TV, you know, because sometimes you just need to listen. But, you know, God teach me, and I'm about to read something, and I don't know what I'm about to read. Let God lead me to read what I'm going to read. But now, see, they want to, now, you know, they come out there thinking I'm about to sit out there. I'm not about to sit out there and let you try to distract me or interfere and break my attention from what I'm doing. You know, you want to go out there, go ahead. Change the TV, watch whatever you want to watch on there. I don't care. I come out here, I got my Bibles, I got the phone. My phone ain't even charging up like that no more. And it's because they're attacking my phone, you know, with, you know, trying to keep the battery dead. It charges, but then sometimes I cut the phone off. It's on 1% for I don't know how long. Ain't nothing wrong with the phone. It's just, I'm telling you, it's this evil attack. And but the thing is, what I'm focusing on this. So what do you do with these people? It ain't about not forgiving them. It's about not talking to them because you are already seen, and this is what our God already showed me. And it even been since I've been locked up. They always, and then they try to talk about a conversation with God. But guess what? A conversation with God gonna go. You start talking to them about God because they gonna be the one to introduce the conversation. Because I don't even talk to these people really because God already told me let them alone. If the blind lead the blind, then they both shall fall into a ditch. And like the thing is, like, when you talk to them about God, they try to introduce some conversation. The only place they going with it is the same place he went with it because they all done did it to me before. It done been happened to me before. Like, how do you know that's the word of God? And, you know, it's a man that wrote that, though. You can't just listen to that. These people just out here trying to control you and this and that, trying to get you with some agreement with that. And then Jesus ain't God. And then I'm going to tell you something. Then they try to say, oh, you so closed-minded. Yeah, I'm closed-minded because I don't want to listen to that foolishness. Yeah, and all that stuff. And like, so it ain't just about not forgiving nobody. That ain't the reason for not talking to nobody. But ain't no need in talking about nothing. People want to talk about, try to use some little slick conversation and try to get you to bring judgment against somebody else for something that ain't even, you know, it ain't got nothing to do with righteousness and unrighteousness, wickedness and, you know, righteousness, evil and good. It ain't got nothing to do with that. This got something to do with, you know, race. This got something to do with the way you look. This ain't that. I ain't got no business judging that. Who cares about the way you look? Just truly, who cares about the way somebody looks? That don't mean nothing. Looks can be deceiving. You know, that ain't no reason to be judging no situation. Be judging the situation. Yeah, it says, God says, this is John 5:30. I can of my own self do nothing. As I hear, I judge, and my judgment is just, because I seek not mine own will, but the will of the Father which has sent me. In the mighty name of King Jesus. John 7:24. Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment in the mighty name of King Jesus. And you know, I'm just saying, like, that's why, you know, that's just like somebody talking to me about fornicating or talking to me about a woman. Like, they come around me every time. They like, boy, I was just out there, boy. I was riding up the street, boy. I seen so many women out there just looking so good. Boy, this girl had on this, you know, talking about how she revealing her body and all. They just keep telling me about that. And I'm like, yeah, man, you know, I really, you know, one day I might get a woman, but I ain't really focused on that, and I ain't looking for that right now. I'm trying to get myself together. Well, I'm telling you, boy, they out here and just keep going on with the conversation, trying to pull you, trying to like forcefully, in a slick way, pull you into some conversation and keep talking about that. And what I supposed to do? Not stand and like say, man, I don't want to talk about it. Man, I don't know what's up with you, man. You acting funny. Because that's what type of they try to go with it and try to condemn you and try to start some argument like you got some problem. No, you got the problem and you just mad because I don't want to indulge in that. And see, that's the whole thing. Like, and a lot of times we get a chance to cut these people off with all that kind of talking and with those kind of conversations that I know and I recognize evil conversations. Just go ahead and cut them off and don't even be having no conversation. If it seems like, hey, seem like it's wrong, it might seem like it's wrong, but I know what God said. God said, nah, don't do that. And, you know, stay away from that. And this is where stay away from that. Once the time is cut off, just let it be cut off. Because they, you know, like the first time, but like all the little evil conversations try to pull me into all this stuff, man, I ain't got time for that. And that's why it ain't about forgiveness and unforgiveness. It's about forgiveness and unforgiveness, but it ain't about not forgiving nobody. And it ain't just about holding no hard feelings against nobody, but it's about being wise and not being foolish. And I already see where all the conversations, what they revolve around. I don't even keep even having those conversations and even almost bringing judgment against somebody, you know, trying to make me agree with something. Ain't about no race. Race ain't got nothing to do with nothing. So I'm gonna put this on there, and it just irritated me because I'm out there trying to listen to, you know, listen to the word, and here they come. As soon as that's why I ain't even put it on the TV, and see, that's why they're attacking my phone, because I can just listen to it on the phone, and see, when my phone just, like, it's going dead, even when I even have it on the charger now, and like, when you come out here and you put it on the TV, then I'm gonna come out here, and that's why I'm about to, like, really, I'm finna go to this job interview tomorrow, because my probation officer came out here, but I told him I'm about to move back to Atlanta, and like, and I'm finna, like, get up out of here, man. I ain't got time for none of this stuff. Like, I already know what it is with these people. I'm telling you the truth. I ain't just bringing no judgment against nobody just couldn't with nothing I don't know. I'm telling you what God already showed me. And I'm gonna say something else too. Like, when I had killed that snake, dude talking about, oh, you should have never killed that snake. Let me tell you something too. I don't know who all looked at that, but like, when I put them that post on there with them bulls, they manifest. You gotta kill them spiritually before they manifest, before you able to kill them physically. The same way I'm telling you the bugs manifest physically. The snake is just something bigger. Okay, that's just something bigger. And it's just a bigger spirit of fear, because I'm telling you they getting stronger. Okay, so it turned from a bug to an animal and a big old black snake. And I'm from Atlanta anyway, if you want to just put it like that in a physical way. Man, people from Atlanta, I ain't never seen that's the biggest snake I ever seen in my life. But anyway, it just made me say something. Like, I just be getting irritated, like, always trying to interfere. Because, look, I'm not about to do that. I'm not about to even talk about none of that other stuff no more, because I don't even care about it. And it ain't going to help you get saved anyway. And every time that conversation, it might lead from something small to trying to throw in some type of little shade, to try to bring in some type of condemnation against somebody, to try to make me do something, say something evil. Like, man, nah, I'm straight on that. I don't even want to talk.